All set, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. I'm now going to call the Wednesday, January 18th, 2022 meeting of the Norfolk County Commissioners to order.
January 19th.
Hello? What happened? Something happened?
Start again.
I'm sorry. The whole meeting?
Just the thing you were reading.
Okay. On Thursday, March 12th, 2020, Governor Baker issued an order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20. That order was effective immediately until it is rescinded or the state of emergency is terminated. On Wednesday, June 16th, 2021, by action of the legislature, that order was extended until April 1, 2020. We have a hybrid meeting here today. If that's the term, we are live and in the Zoom meeting. So welcome to everyone. I'm going to ask everyone to stand and join us in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
For which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Hey, Joe, one thing you just said, you said it was extended until April 1st, 2020, April 1st,
2022. I'm sorry. I got my 20s
As
mixed
a
up.
brief footnote, you may have seen in your emails that the legislature is working on extending that until July. They're following the law and
We will follow that law until it isn't a law anymore. I can't. Thank you very much. I want to welcome everyone today. We're here. We have most and all of our department heads with us on the Zoom, and we have the agricultural school represented with John Wallace, the business manager, and we are in full meeting. I call the meeting to order. I'm going to call a roll call. Commissioner Stady,
Present.
Commissioner Collins,
Present.
and Chairman Shea is present. We have a quorum. Number 3, minutes of the open session meeting of January 12, 2022 for approval.
I move approval of the meeting minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, that is a vote. Thank you. Number 4, public comment. Director Cronin, do you have any
I'm not aware
requests?
of any public comment.
We have no public comment at this time. Thank you very much.
Check the Zoom, Joe.
Any folks on the Zoom interested in the public comment? No, thank you. Number 5, appointments. We have none today. Number 6, old business.
No old business, Mr. Chairman.
No old business. Thank you. Number 7, personnel matters for consideration. We have one in the facility maintenance department, a resignation.
I move, Mr. Chairman, notice of resignation of Sean Buchanan of Quincy,
Pickett.
Mass. as senior building custodian, resigned effective January 7, 22.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the resignation of Sean Pickett of Quincy, Mass. as the senior building custodian, effective January 7th, 2022. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Payroll and expense warrants for approval. We have them here.
You get the list, Dick?
I do not have it. No, I
We
do.
have it right
All
here.
right.
Commissioner Collins.
I got it here. You want to read it?
If you go ahead, I'll go with it. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so we have a warrant list for 11922. I'll make a motion. We approve 22-29 payroll county, $135,710.53.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
Okay, the second motion is 1322 expense county, $163,585.54.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Thank you. Next.
Okay, next motion is 22-07 capital A expense school, $135,027.50.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
Okay, the next motion is for 22-07B expense school of $13,203.15.
Second the motion.
Motion, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Thank you.
Okay,
Next.
the last motion on the warrant list is 22-07C expense school, $159,379.47.
All right, second the motion?
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. That concludes the payroll and expense warrants for today. Number 9, review of Abraham's Group recommendation for possible fiscal year implementation. Director Cronin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The commission should have in their possession, in their packet, a colored 8.5 by 14 packet of over 80 recommendations that were provided to the county by the Abraham's Group. Our Assistant Director, Bill Buckley, did a great job pulling together by department each of these recommendations and included in there the status of each of them, whether they are implemented or under consideration. I would ask that the commissioners take this documentation over the next week or two, review the content, and come back for a follow-up meeting to discuss the priorities that through consensus or vote, Mr. Chairman, that they wish to embark on for FY23. As the commissioners know, the departments are busy working on their proposed budgets. They are due to this board on February 11th. So our goal will be to try to have some consensus around some of the policy initiatives that you want to embrace for FY23 by the end of January.
Okay, so we all have some homework here. I agree, this is quite a list, and it's voluminous, but it does lay it out. I haven't looked at it entirely, but hopefully this will be a roadmap helping us to manage this whole process of if and when we combine recommendations from the Abraham's Group with a fiscal year 23 budget.
I think the commissioners will find that there are, as I mentioned, several items that are already underway that are part of what we've adopted for FY22.
Mr. Chairman, well, when it's appropriate, tangential to the Abraham's report, I just wanted to update you on
I'm
something.
sorry, what was that?
Tangential to the Abraham's report, I'd like to update you on something.
Okay, when we're done, it's not the Abraham's report though.
Well, it's kind of a factor.
Okay,
Sorry,
this is Commissioner, this is Registered Deeds Bill O'Donnell. Go ahead, Mr. Rich.
Yeah, I just, Richard Hatch, who was the temporary chief information officer, has put in a letter of resignation. So, you know, I mean, I know we got to work together and try to, I see you have some information there. We have to work together and try to pull this thing together and solve this. And, you know, just dropping it off. If you could, I have one from Commissioner Stady as well.
Take care of this.
So if, as we move forward on things, we really, you know, for the county and for the good of the registry, we really got to, you know, try to solve this. So in my letter, I asked if we could have a meeting and try to resolve it. So we'll go from there.
Okay, I'll be happy to look at the letter. I know you just called me at 12:41, but I wasn't
Well,
on the other line.
you know,
I didn't know the issue, but
yeah, no, I appreciate it. I know I called you with the message, but we'll go from there. Thanks.
okay, I'm sorry to, okay, thank you, Register O'Donnell. Are you through with your recommendations on this?
Yes, I just want to announce that we're going to try to have some circling back with the commissioners scheduled for about 1 to 2 weeks from now. I think that should be sufficient time to analyze and ask questions about any of the content and before the agencies submit their budget so that we have time for them to make any adjustments. So we'll probably schedule about 2 weeks out, Joe.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, Commissioner, about this document here, voluminous document?
Yeah, quick question,
Of course, Commissioner.
Chairman, for you, to our director. So I'm looking at it, of course, again, like you, first time, real quick. I've got to study it, but the first couple of pages seem to be like an outline, right, of each department and, you know, responses and things like that. What's the additional pages seem to have like more detail and very tiny print. Is that like an expanded discussion of the first couple of pages, John?
That's exactly right. Yep, that's exactly right.
It's some, I was able to look at that too. It's comments we received during when the departments were in.
Okay,
Because some of them ring a bell with me and, you know, I looked at my own notes because I did look at it earlier today, but we only got it today, but
okay,
we're ready to, you know, I'm trying to put us all on the same page here. So we're all looking at the same material. That's all.
all right, so for you, the chair, what's our goal, Mr. Chairman? Would you want us to have this ready as we begin our budget deliberations, which is what, in a couple of weeks? We want to have our.
Yeah,
points in order?
generally, and to remind us, you know, I mean, we all have a different system or a different way, but I'm you know, I need a lot of, I like a lot of input and other help, so we can put it all on one page, that's good, that's all.
Okay, great.
Anything we have, anything's on the table, how's that?
That sounds great. All right, thank you.
I mean, we're into another study already, which we haven't awarded the contract yet, but, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay, that's
it's all
excellent.
gonna play in.
Good job putting that together, too. That's great. Thank you.
Okay,
Did Commissioner, did Registrar O'Donnell say that Mr. Hatch was, I missed part of that. He retiring, resigning. Was that effective today? Or in what the letter says?
I have no idea, I haven't opened the letter. He
Oh,
just-
okay, all right, okay.
It'll be on next week's agenda. We had a resignation on next week's agenda. We'll look at this and open it up and we'll put it on the agenda.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna skip by number 10 because it's not 1:30 yet, but we'll be ready. But we're gonna go to number 11, contract awards. We have none. And then we're gonna do number 12, which is important, and then we'll go back to the opening of a bid at 1:30. Number 12 is a vote to ratify the selling of $1.2 million of general obligation bonds on behalf of the Norfolk County Agricultural School. I'm gonna open this up. If there's any discussion, now's the time to discuss it. We've been working on this for quite a while. We have our team here. We have the treasurer, we have Assistant Treasurer DeOria on with us. We have the commissioner here, and Commissioner Collins has a copy of the motion in addition, we have the explanation of the bonds in our packet today for all to see, but we were waiting on a couple of items which have all been arrived, the audit, et cetera, and it's pretty timely. I'm going to call on Director Cronin, and then any other questions. Again, we have the business manager from the school here and our whole team, so we're ready to go. Director Cronin.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, you have before you a motion to accept the sale and delivery of a $1.2 million bond associated with the school building project. Over the last month or so, we've been working with Hilltop Securities as well as Bond Counsel to process our closing FY20 audit, which we have done, and a bond rating call, which was, I think, occurred a week or two ago with Moody's. We received our bond rating, which is maintaining what we had with a trend towards an upward change, hopefully in our next rating call, and overall a favorable financial position. Hilltop Securities and Eckert Siemens have prepared the overall packet for the bond sale, which is occurring today. With your vote, you're accepting the terms of the sale, and I'm likely to have some signatures that I'll have you sign, some papers that I'll have you sign associated with all this for the meeting next week to sort of ink out the final sale of this product. So this is the end of a process that has taken pretty much the last 6 months as the school has moved to complete this process. And now we were putting out to bond the final element. So that is it.
Any questions?
So the amount is 1.2 million. That's not filled in, right?
No,
We're
because
going to approve 1.2 million, which says blank.
that's correct.
Okay.
Over 10 years, right?
I believe it's
15, I'm sorry, okay.
Am I right?
Correct.
Right, and it says here dated January 27th, but today's meeting is January 19th. What's the reason for that?
Commissioners, if I can interject on that.
Yeah, please.
Joe DeOria, come on, go ahead, Joe.
The 27th is the day that the bond sale is final, but today you're voting that we went out to bond and to award the bond to the winning bidder. And John, I think bond counsel needs the signatures by next Tuesday
That's
to
correct.
get everything done in time. So they're going to have to be signed before next meeting.
That's correct. And I also want to clarify, it's a 20-year bond.
No, but my problem, forgive me, through you, Mr. Chairman, it just says a motion, which I've got in front of me as well, and it just says dated January 27. Shouldn't the date be this date? We're taking the action on this date, no? Or is it?
I believe the endorsement and through the signature and the sale occurs on the 27th. Today, you're authorizing that process.
Okay. Okay, all right. All right, that's what has to be done. All right, so we're voting it today, and we're gonna sign it Tuesday, and the bond is going out on Thursday. Is that right then? Thursday, the 27th?
That is correct.
Okay, all right.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'm going to go to Commissioner Collins, who has a copy of it in front of him.
All right.
A motion. Commissioner Collins.
Okay. This is kind of long, so bear with me, Dick.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Better you than me.
All right, so I'll make a motion to approve, to item one, approve sale of the county's general obligation municipal purpose loan of 2022 bonds. Item two, approve the preliminary and final official statements. Item three, confirm and consent to the financial advisor to solicit bids for the bonds. Four, approve and authorize the execution of a continuing disclosure undertaking. And five, authorize county officials to take all related actions and execute such documents as necessary to effectuate the issuance of the bonds. I'm going to read the full language now, Joe?
Yes, Commissioner.
All right. This is a whole nother set of 1 through 5. Item 1, voted. My motion is to vote to approve the sale to the underwriter of 1.2 million aggregate principal amount general obligation municipal purpose loan of 2022 bonds, open parentheses, the bonds, close parentheses, of the county dated January 27th, 2022, maturing on September 15th of the years and the principal amounts and bearing interest at the rates as set forth in the clerk's certificate dated January 19th, 2022. So item two, I make a motion, we further vote that in connection with the marketing and sale of the bonds, the preparation and distribution of a notice of sale and preliminary official statement dated January 12th, 2022, and a final official statement dated January 19th, 2022, each in such form as may be approved by the county treasurer, be and hereby are ratified, confirmed, approved, and adopted. Item three, I'm moving that we further vote that the consent to the financial advisor bidding for the bonds as executed prior to the bidding for the bonds hereby is confirmed. Next item is 4. I'm moving that we further vote that the county treasurer and the county commissioners be and hereby are authorized to execute and deliver a significant events disclosure undertaking in compliance with SEC Rule 15C2-12 in such form as may be approved by bond counsel to the county, while undertaking shall be incorporated by reference in the bonds for the benefit of the holders of the bonds from time to time. Finally, I'm moving item 5, that each member of the county commissioners, the county clerk, and the county treasurer be and hereby are authorized to take any and all such actions and execute and deliver such certificates, receipts, or other documents as may be determined by them or any of them to be necessary or convenient to carry into effect the provisions of the foregoing votes. And that's the very long motion.
What about the I certify, further certify? Do you need to incorporate that too, Peter? On the next page? No?
No.
No,
Do we have a second to Commissioner Collins' motion?
I'll gladly second that motion by my call.
And any discussion?
No.
This is pro forma as Assistant Treasurer Dioria explained, and we'll begin today and it'll be done by next week. We need to sign them. I'm not sure, Dick, you want to come in and sign it, or do we have permission to use your stamp
I
today?
think you can use my stamp, that's fine. If that
Okay.
works, that's fine.
And we need it for the personnel issues. Okay. Other than that, it's pretty
Should
straightforward.
we use the commissioner stamps if we needed to?
I'm sorry?
May we use the other commissioner stamps to endorse the papers if needed?
yes,
Yes. However, I'm going to try to coerce them into signing today if you can. If not, fine.
You got it.
Okay.
All right, good.
Motion? Motion made and seconded to ratify the selling of $1.2 million of general obligation bonds on behalf of the Norfolk County Agricultural Schools. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's 3-0. It is unanimous. We'll forward all of this paperwork and anticipate getting the sale ready and be online for next Thursday. Thank you very much. I'm now going to ask us to go back to item number 10, which is a 1:30 bid opening. I'm going to ask Nancy
It's-
Rockwell.
It's still not 1:30 yet.
Yeah, it's 124.
Yeah, let's wait one more time.
Okay, let's try something else. I'm sorry.
American Rescue Plan?
Number 30, report on the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Director Crowe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Briefly, the commission should be aware that on January 6th, the U.S. Treasury finalized the rules associated with the American Recovery Act. This final rule had some nuanced changes that are getting the attention of many recipients of these funds, namely the revenue loss category. Over the last week or so, I received a fair amount of inquiry from communities, finance directors, town managers. Earlier today, myself and Assistant Director Bill Buckley, joined by Commissioner Stady by Zoom, met with about a dozen Norfolk County managers during the monthly meeting in Walpole to discuss some of these changes. One of the most important items, and I'll be very brief, is the revenue loss category. And effectively, before the final rule was passed, communities that experienced a certain amount of revenue loss during the pandemic that could be demonstrated through a relatively complex calculation could qualify to receive ARPA funds in replacement of those lost revenues. What the Treasury did, though, was they made a tactical decision to allow for a recipient, such as the County of Norfolk, to use up to $10 million of that benefit without demonstrating through calculation the actual loss of revenue. So effectively, communities could make a claim that their allocation of funds should all fit into the revenue loss category, and they don't need to demonstrate that they actually had lost revenue. This change has got the attention of quite a few communities because it becomes a very streamlined accounting outcome for them. If they were to qualify, they could submit their award, receive a lump sum check, and use it for virtually any purpose, with the exclusions that are already existing in the final rule for reserve accounts, retirement accounts, and so forth. The problem is the $10 million cap there's probably more interest in using this benefit than the amount of revenue that we can distribute to the 25 cities and towns that would be eligible. So over the next week or so, we're going to be collaborating further with the communities to find out, number one, how many communities eligible in Norfolk County still need this type of solution. I'll give you an example. We learned today that Medway, much like Wellesley, are likely to use their allocation of ARPA funds exclusively for water infrastructure. They won't need any revenue loss benefit. So they can be counted out of the mix. We want to survey the remaining communities to find out who would be opting into this option and then propose some solutions. Tomorrow morning, the 4 counties effectively involved in this process are going to have a conference call to discuss the pros and cons of a variety of different options. Those options include turning off this benefit, not allowing communities to apply for this catch-all benefit. Number two, an option that would allow the first in, first out, where communities who really need a larger chunk of revenue loss benefit apply and get it. And when the $10 million benefit is gone, it's gone for all of them. Another approach is a prorated approach, which I'm leaning towards, that would distribute this benefit to the eligible communities based on a weighted population similar to their allocation of ARPA funds. So over the next week or so, we're going to be doing a fair amount of listening and discussing the best approach to handling this new development from the final rule. We expressed to our cities and towns that we met with today that our goal is to work with them. Clearly, there are a couple of communities that are not going to benefit from this change. They're feeling sore about it, and I totally understand, but this was a change initiated by the U.S. Treasury, and we have to live with it. So I'll have more detailed report for you next week. I also want to give you a sense that many communities told me today they are ready with their applications, including Walpole, to move forward. They are all strategizing for their upcoming Springtown meetings. They're finally getting a sense of how they want to use ARPA. So I just wanted to convey that information to the commissioners today and let you know that this significant change will likely have an impact on how communities use this resource, but our goal is obviously to try to be equitable and responsive to what the communities really need it for. Thank you.
Okay. Quickly now, and before we go to the 1:30 opening, is there any questions about what we're talking about here in opera? We can return to it afterwards if we need to.
No, real quick, Mr. Chairman, just a
Sure.
compliment to John and Bill in terms of representing us. They do a great job, and I had a little time this morning to listen in, and he's right. Obviously, some of the communities are upset. He said that lightly. I don't blame them. I mean, the rules keep changing, and this is how it goes. But he did a great job explaining it, and just keep the good work up. I know you're hard at work at this, so be interesting to see what happens with the joint counties, though, John. That would be obviously interesting to hear what happens there.
I'll report back. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's now 1:30. We're going to return, if we have no objections, to item number 10, which is a bid opening. Nancy Rockwell, our purchasing agent, is here, and the item today is food and beverage service for a period of 3 years with 3 one-year options to renew at our Wollaston Recreation Facility. This is our, will be and has been our contract for food and beverage services exclusively at the golf course, at our facility and out on the golf course. We do have a beverage cart and serve light food and beverages on the golf course, all managed by the purveyor that we're going to select today. For this will be for at least the next 3 years. Nancy.
We have one bid.
Hello?
One
Can you hear
bid,
me?
she's
There's
op-
one bid, sorry.
Oh.
It's from the View Restaurant and Tavern. Um,
Interesting.
pricing page.
You're looking for that, Nancy. This was bid for 2 weeks, was it?
A month.
Month.
Yep, had a deal for a month. Sorry, bear with me, there's a lot of pages. Sorry, I haven't found it.
Go ahead, Nancy.
Year one, monthly rent $2,500, annual rent $30,000. Year two, monthly rent $2,625, annual rent $31,500. Third year, rent monthly $2,756.25. Yearly $33,075 for a total of $94,575 over 3 years. They were the only bid.
Any comments on this bid? Do we need to take it under advisement?
Yes.
I want to, of course.
Can we get a, Mr. Chairman, can we get a comparison for my benefit and others, how that compares to previous bid awards might be helpful, just to,
Sure.
just,
We're going to review it. I mean, I hope we really want it in place for our March opening, but I believe we can make that. Again, the last 2 years have been very difficult, and everyone stuck with us, and we stuck with them, so,
Right. Thank
we'll
you,
do the
Chairman.
best we can. We'll get back to everyone. I'll have a motion to take this under advisement.
So moved.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you, Nancy. You can get back to us next week or the week after.
Next week.
Next week?
Like,
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, commissioners.
Yep.
Moving right along. Number 14.
oh,
Wait, was there another bid opening on Burners?
excuse me.
Burner
Yes.
Back to burners. I'm sorry. That's on the second page.
That's all right. No.
B, servicing of burners and burner controls for a period of 1 year with 2 1-year options to renew for the county of Norfolk. I forgot the burners. I'm
Gotta
sorry.
take care of those burners. All right.
That's correct. The burners are always an issue with us.
We have one bid from Industrial Burner Service out of Quincy.
Surprise, surprise. Go ahead.
They have bid for preventative maintenance. Registry of Deeds, $900. Superior Court, $1,400. District Court, $950. County Administration Building, $230. 53 Old River Place, $500. Brookline District Court, $650. Quincy District, $900. Stoughton District Court, $450. Rentham District Court, $900. Wallaston Recreation Facility, $500. 8 to 5 hourly rate, $111. Overtime rate, including Saturday and Sunday, $111. That's year one. Year two, preventative maintenance, Registry of Deeds, $1,200. Superior Court, $1,400. District Court, Dedham, $950. County Administration Building, $230. 53 Old River Place, $500. Brookline District Court, $650. Quincy District, $900. Stoughton District, $450. Rentham District, $900. Wallace Recreational Facility, $500. 8 to 5 hourly rate, $113. Overtime hourly rate, including Saturday and Sunday, $113. Year three, preventative maintenance, Registry of Deeds, $1,200. Superior Court, $1,400. District Court, $950. County Administration Building, $230. 53 Old River Place, $500. Brookline District, $650. Quincy District, $900. Stoughton District, $450. Rentham District, $900. Wallaston Recreational Facility, $500. 8 to 5 hourly rate, $115. Overtime rate, including Saturday and Sunday, $115.
Any questions about the bid for burner and burner controls for a period of 1 year with 2 1-year options? I'm going to ask for a motion to take it under advisement. I have one quick question. I don't want to put this question on John Wallace. Do they don't service the burners at the school?
No, the school has their own separate contract for
Okay,
that.
that's fine. We're not talking about the school today. Okay. Any other questions about burners and burner control? We
Moving
have a
to
motion to take it
advisement.
into consideration.
Yep, I'd move it to put it under advisement, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
All right.
I,
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nancy. I'm sorry. it was burners.
That's okay.
Number 14, report on COVID-19 response, Director
I
Cronin.
think it's 11 contract awards now. We already do that.
we did that.
We did
Okay,
11.
Sorry, yeah, we did that.
We did
Sorry
11,
about that,
we had none.
yeah, sorry, the 15, yeah. Oh, no, 14.
Go ahead.
We're at 14, Peter.
19.
COVID, no,
Got it.
13. We heard the American Rescue Plan. We should be on 14 now.
I got it, 14. Thank you.
You're right, I messed it up, sorry.
That's all right.
Uh, Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Regarding the COVID-19 response, I just want to alert folks that as the county has distributed test kits to all employees, they're encouraged that they need additional test kits to alert us. We do have a small but manageable stock to replenish if anybody needs additional ones. Furthermore, the United States government offered 4 test kits per household through the federal website COVID tests, that's plural, .gov, which is opened officially today. The federal government is providing these kits directly through the United States Postal Service to households. And the website, according to the website, the benefit kits will arrive in quote late January. We encourage everyone to log in and try to get their requisite kits mailed to their homes so they can have them over the next several weeks and months. That is all I have at this time.
And we had no COVID cases or
No.
no alerts this week.
No.
Didn't have to send the team out.
The team continues to
They
do
go out anyway. but I
preventative
mean, we
maintenance
didn't
on
have a-
Friday nights, I believe John said.
Okay. Any questions about COVID response, commissioners?
Just sorry,
Sure.
it's just sorry, disturbing couple of reports though that said the surge is expected to kind of level off, maybe in about 2 or 3 more weeks, but we're still in the midst of it right now. So tell everybody be extra careful, extra careful, but when we can,
Mhm.
still at it.
Okay. Number 15, report of the county director,
Thank you.
Director Cronin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a few items. Yesterday, we had our monthly department head meeting. I believe this is our 6th meeting. When I arrived, I had put together the plan to meet with department heads at least monthly to understand the nature of the business, priorities, and so forth. We've completed that 6-month process and we'll now be moving to a quarterly cycle where the department heads and I can meet and talk about issues up to the scheduled advisory board meeting. So they'll cycle in according to those upcoming meetings going forward. Of note, we covered a series of issues, including upcoming policy changes that we're looking to make on storms, COVID policy, which we are actively working on. We talked a little bit about the FY23 budget cycle, the due date, as well as the homework that Commissioner Shea just mentioned the commissioners have to review Abraham's group recommendations. We talked about this evening's Finance Committee meeting and what we'll be covering, and that includes the capital spending position as of today for FY22, the annual audit from FY20, our bond rating, the bond sale status, and so forth. We are looking to pulse the employee handbook update contract, which was approved by the advisory board in December, and likely do that towards the end of the fiscal year, around the 4th quarter. That particular handbook we're looking to get out sometime in the beginning of fiscal year 23. And finally, we reviewed several facility matters. I want to give you a brief update on Stoughton. We had a conference call with the vendor last week. They have received all of their requisite drawings from the subcontractor. They are ordering product. The steel associated with this particular project will take about 5 to 6 weeks for shipping. And they will begin installation and finalization of the roof, likely early spring. That's the way it's trending. I have a meeting with the trial courts on the 25th next week to discuss that project as well as the status of all Norfolk County courts. The registry boiler, we discussed that at our meeting as well. The commissioners may remember that there was one of the 2 boilers is hobbled. It has been reassembled and produces minimal heat. However, we're waiting for the manufacturer to ship a new product, which was originally expected in December, has slid all the way to late February. As of now, we're holding on, creating heat for the building using the existing boiler. Occupants of the building report no concerns with comfort at this time, and so we seem to be getting along okay. Finally, we gave an update on the Wallaston Golf Course. The walkways look phenomenal. Assistant director and I were there last week looking at them, and they appear almost done with those projects. One other item relative to the commissioner's interest, the golf course is in need of additional cameras on structures to monitor all sides and access points. We received a quote from the vendor this past week. I met with Carla yesterday after a meeting to discuss the status of available funds to pay for this rather than waiting until April. He appears to have sufficient funds. I signed a transfer today. So we'll be looking to finalize that quote and install these additional cameras without delay on the property in Wallaston.
John, may excuse me for a second?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Stady.
Forgive me, I forgot, I had a individual that had some background on that. I was supposed to get that to you as well. I don't know if it's too late, but I could get that to you after the meeting, that person who does security.
Absolutely. But glad to receive it.
Yeah, it was,
To I think one of the commissioner's interests, we have spoken with Attorney Scott Lopez. He's agreed to come in next week to provide the commissioners with an update on all pending litigation. We will schedule an executive session to accommodate that. And the last item, Mr. Chairman, is relative to the Bureau of Justice grant to Dove Manor in the town of Walpole. All activities associated with that have been completed by the recipients. We're waiting for final reports. The grant itself ends at the end of this month. And that will conclude our federal grant with BJA for that purpose. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any questions of the county director at all?
Good.
Okay. Number 16, any other emergency items or topics that we did not reasonably anticipate? I'm going to open it up if anyone has any other topic they'd like to discuss, any commissioner. Okay. Number 17, I'll take a motion to adjourn. We will be meeting and the agricultural school board meeting is at 2:30 today, so we will.
That was
I
three.
think they moved it. Is
So
it
they
three?
moved it to 3?
I think it was posted for 3. Yep.
Okay, it's supposed to, I was told to, well, doesn't matter. Well, we will be here for 3:00 meeting also, if you want to join us. No, you can't join us unless you come in person.
Good count for
I'm sorry, it's in person. Okay. I'll take a motion to adjourn
move
today's meeting.
adjourn at 1:46.
second.
Motion made and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. This meeting is adjourned.